1. Welcome back into this week's edition of Maverick Insider. As stated before, MSU off to a perfect 4-0 start to the season. I'm Rob Clark, joined alongside head coach of the Mavericks, Todd Offner. Coach, we've talked about wanting to play a full 60 minutes of football. Do you feel like the group did that this last weekend against Mavericks State?
Yeah, up until that point, I thought we had done a lot of things really well. Down at Northwest Missouri State, we played a great half, intermittent in the second half. When we played at home against Bemidji, I never felt like we really got everything going offensively, defensively, special teams. Fortunate to win that one in the end, and then against Wayne, came out strong, did some things well, but once again, we didn't play the complete game. But in this Minot game, I thought we came out really strong, stayed consistent throughout, especially on defense. We did that for 4 quarters. And then offensively, I thought we did that for 3 quarters when we got up to 40 points, and then we put a lot of our reserves in. Gave them opportunities to compete and to learn, to grow, and get that experience.
I think in the first half there against Minot State, it was just the one offensive drive that the team didn't score a touchdown. But to see the efficiency that group was able to play with, and really everybody was getting involved on that side of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I thought, Hayden did a great job. Christian Bosser got us going. Our running backs, Sam Backer scored a touchdown early. Trayshawn Watson came alive in the second and third and lit up the scoreboard, did a lot of great things on our 2-minute drive as well. We had went for a couple 2-point plays, and they stole a little momentum away from us on those, but I thought the defense responded exceptionally well. We took the ball right away, drove it all the way down, scored a touchdown, went for 2. They almost returned it back to their end zone for 2, but luckily we had stopped them. Carter Henderson stopped them before they could get to the end zone. But again, we went on another drive touchdown, another drive touchdown, so we quit chasing the 2-point play, and we were up, right before half with a pretty sizable lead, 26-0.
How pleased are you to see the balance that this offensive group has when you look at over 200 yards rushing, over 200 yards passing for this offense?
Yeah, almost 300 yards passing, 200 yards rushing in this last game. Out at Wayne, we did 300 plus rushing, 200 plus passing. So, we have the ability to strike on the ground, in the air, combination of both. So, I think Coach Lichty's doing a great job of putting our guys in position to make plays, and defensively, I think this was probably one of our better complete games in stopping the bone. You can't, slow the bone down, right? We could not stop that bone. I don't think anybody can. But for us to slow their roll, keep them under 200 yards rushing, I think was huge for us in that game. And we played the field position game with them as well, making them earn their yardage, earn their first downs. And ultimately, we had a great stop in the red zone, and then one time they cashed in on a trap play that got them in the pay dirt.
How big have the offensive and defensive lines really been to this team's success so far in the season? It felt like Hayden's had quite a bit of time to, go through his reads and make go through his progressions and make the right pass.
Fortunately, we've only been sacked twice in 4 games, so hopefully we can keep that trend up. That speaks volumes of his ability to get rid of the football, but also his ability to have time to feel comfortable, to do the things he needs to do. He's also can scramble in a really great way, and so offense and defensive line, I thought, both of those groups have been doing a great job of doing the things they need to do to, dent the front, right, on defense, and also, give our running backs run lanes on the run game, but also protect our quarterback in the passing game.
And defensively, just it feels like all across the board, a lot of playmakers are in the secondary and in the front 7. How has that group really kind of stepped up? And I know in a few games early on in the year, they've put the offense in position to go down and get those game-winning drives. I didn't need it against Minot State, but they've been able to get that stop whenever you guys have needed so far this year.
Yeah, I think our skill positions, our perimeter players, both on defense and offense, have done a great job of A, defensively keeping things in front of us, and B, taking the top off the coverage, right? Trayshawn Watson has been nothing short of amazing and exceptional in his performance, and we're real excited for his development. He's really seeing the ball well, he's catching the ball well, he's attacking the ball, his catch radius has increased dramatically, and all those things come about because of his work ethic and his willingness to continue to get better. And he's no different than anybody else. I mean, our guys have been all about each other. They're doing things for the brotherhood, and I think that's really important that people understand that these players truly love one another and they're going to play for each other.
You mentioned Trayshawn Watson. Just how much does his team really want to get him going early in games to kind of set the tone?
I think that only helps us, right? When he has the ability to run quick outs, long outs, right, out and ups, posts, go routes, over routes, you name it. He can do all those different things, but the way he creates separation is the key factor into our ability to go to him, right? We always talk to our receivers about getting open first and then expect the ball. So he's been doing a great job of getting open first, and then he obviously expects the ball when he does get open, and Hayden Eckern has delivered it many and many a times, and hopefully that continues.
Seems like he just kind of puts it in his area, and he knows that Trayshawn's going to be the one to make a play on it and come down with the ball. Now, as we kind of go into the second half of the season now, just what are some areas that you kind of want to keep your team to continue kind of building on as you move into the second half of the season?
Well, I think trying to be a dominant football team, I think, is really important. I think we have to respect all, fear none. I think that's an important part of the Maverick way, and being accountable, being responsible for our actions, trusting the football family, right? All those things are gigantic in our ability to get better. And our players talk about, practicing harder, being dialed in, being focused, paying attention to detail. All those things are important in order for us to be able to continue to get better.
Coach Slichty's offense, just how have you seen it kind of evolve now over the first few games of the season?
I think Coach Slichty has done a great job of, just putting our players in a position to make plays. I think he's done a great job of being that quarterback player, but also the quarterback coach that can teach the player that he used to do those same things in this same system. So it's really nice to have an alumnus. It's nice to have a coordinator who understands the position, played the position, excelled at the position, and to be a teacher to Hayden. But I think most importantly, he's got a passion. He takes a lot of pride in his work. I think the players really gravitate to that. I think they excel and they love everything that he's all about. And I think they'd run through a wall for him. And I think as a coach, that's all you ever want, right, is put your players in a position to make plays and be, for them to pour their heart and soul into everything that they do. And I think that's the most important thing, for us moving forward, is to continue to give, Ryan the pieces of the puzzle that he needs to, perform and excel and score a lot of points. So we've hit our target point, total in every game, which is exceed 31. It's taken the last play of the game in a couple of games, but we've gotten there, and he's done a great job of that. And, I think moving forward, defensively, we need to continue to develop and grow. We've only hit our point total of 19 or less once, the rushing total of less than 100 once, so we need to get better.